Putazos y Pendejadas Podcast.
Welcome back to PYP Boxing. It's Mark and David, and today we're going to talk about boxing by the pyramids. Mark, it was a historic event as Rico Verhoeven almost pulled off the impossible. Then you had Sheeraz, Sanchez, and Catterall all coming out with victories. We'll talk all about that and more. First, let's discuss the main event, Usyk versus Verhoeven. Usyk stops Rico Verhoeven in the 11th round. Two judges had the fight even at 95-95. One scored the bout 96-94 for Verhoeven. A lot of people are saying the referee stoppage saved Usyk, not Verhoeven. And on top of that, some folks are saying that Usyk is starting to look washed up. Mark, we'll start with you first. Did you have a problem with the stoppage? And do you think the reason we got the fight that we did was because Usyk is on the slide, or was Rico Verhoeven that good?
I don't think we got the fight because Usyk is on a slide. I just think Usyk took this whole thing for granted because he's fighting a kickboxer. I think he thought he could beat him pretty easy. You could tell by Usyk's body he wasn't Usyk. We didn't see the Usyk that we've seen. I don't think he trained for this too much at all. And it was very apparent. If Usyk would have trained, he would have had that. You know, he's not known for a chiseled body, but he usually looks better than what he did last night, David. I think it was more Usyk beat himself by not getting ready and not taking this serious. Did the ref stop it early? Yeah, it was a little bit early, but I believe Usyk had urgency by then and started thinking, oh, crap, I'm lollygagging around here, and this guy's might win the title from me, and he stepped it up. So I think that would have happened eventually. I mean, yeah, we only had one round left, but I think he would have caught him, or he would have won a decision. But, man, he's playing with fire, not getting ready for this kickboxer. And I know it was a kickboxer, and I'm pissed off that he did that anyway. To me, it's a disgrace. I really don't like what Usyk did there, but he's earned it, right? He's earned it. Well, look, man, you've earned it with whoever you want in boxing, but you don't disrespect the sport and guys like Hargovic and other people that are just waiting there that you could have picked and beat easily. You're the man. And imagine if he would have lost, man. Imagine if he would have lost. We had a kickboxer as a champion. We didn't see the badass who say, look, I give him shit, but he is a badass, bro. He's freaking bad. And then you almost messed around and lost the title to a kickboxer, man. You know, I don't know if we can trust the heavyweight crown on a person like Usyk, David.
Yeah, I definitely think the refs stepped in too early as well. Verhoeven was in trouble, but he wasn't in danger to me. I do think he was ready to be knocked down again, if not knocked out, if he had made it to the 12th round. Either way, Rico deserved the chance to see the fight through, Mark, with the performance that he put up. I was very surprised. And look, there's no way around it, man. Before that stoppage, Usyk was looking awful. Rico was giving him all kinds of problems. I mean, the guy surprised me. I'm sure he surprised the people watching and Usyk himself. There's no doubt about that. I just don't know how to explain what happened. I'm with you. I think a little bit has to do with Usyk's preparation, but Verhoeven was clearly better than everyone thought. Kickboxer or no, the man has some skills. I mean, he was a shifty guy. The way he kept moving his hands around, it made it hard to see where his punches were coming from because, you know, he's doing this with his hands. He kept his movement going. He was never really stationary. Aside from that first round when he landed a strong right hand on Usyk, he wasn't putting too much power on his punches, so he was keeping himself fresh and keeping his hands quick. And he never seemed to get tired. And let's face it, he's a big, strong dude, too. You got to add that to the equation as well. I don't think it's too crazy that there are a number of heavyweights Rico Verhoeven could have given a tough fight to or even beaten on that Saturday night. Now, as for Usyk taking this fight seriously enough, I agree with you, man. He came in the heaviest of his career. He looked soft in the body. Usyk didn't make any excuses, though. He said he was prepared for this fight, and he took it very serious. As for Usyk slipping, he is 39 years old. He's had hundreds of amateur fights and a 13-year pro career. Honestly, I don't think we'll know the answer to any of these questions until either Rico or Usyk have their next fights. It looks like Usyk's going to continue fighting on. Rico is open to a rematch, so he's open to returning to the boxing ring. Here's what I'd like to see. Tell me what you think of this, Mark. I think Rico showed us enough that he should continue boxing. Get in there with some of the older guys in the division right now. I think he could make for some good fights. Because bottom line, Usyk versus Verhoeven, it was an entertaining fight. It was a good fight. I think he can handle himself pretty well, and I think he could make it entertaining. As a boxing fan, I want to see good fights, not mismatches, and I think Verhoeven can make for some good fights. As for Usyk, I don't want to see the rematch, not right away. Let's get Agit Caballel his much-deserved shot. He should have been next instead of Rico. And now that we've gotten that out of the way, we can get back to the sports side of boxing, not the entertainment side, the sports side. Caballel is very deserving of a fight with Usyk. He's got wins over Makhmudov, Frank Sanchez, and Zilazong, all by stoppage. He's on a 6-fight KO streak, and he's a fun fighter to watch too. Him versus Usyk would make for some good TV. I say let's get on with the sport now, and Usyk, defend your titles. Hey, what do you think about that? Do you think Rico Verhoeven should continue boxing?
I don't know, man, because I honestly think Usyk didn't take this serious at all, man, at all. Just from the body, and then he was surprised. You could tell he was like, "Shit, this guy's kicking my ass." Well, let me, and Usyk is a talent, dude. He's a talent. He's a, Larry Bird can roll out of bed and just hit threes, and Usyk is that type of talent. So I don't know. I wouldn't like to see him continue, to be honest with you. I'm so upset with the whole thing. He has talent. Obviously, you were telling me this guy's good. He's not just your regular kickboxer. He's one of the best, and he's got skills. I didn't want to believe it, but you were right. He does have skills. I'm so pissed off at the whole thing. I don't want it to be true, but the guy can really fight, man. If he put his if he put some work into it and just became a boxer, which I think he should now, because I think he earned some money with Turkey. Turkey likes him. I think he's going to be, up there with those guys, the top 15 guys in
so he can make for some good fights.
He can compete if he puts his work to it, man. You can tell he worked on it. You can tell he worked on it. You can tell it meant something to him, but we don't really know. I mean, what if Usyk came prepared for a Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
We don't know. Yeah. We would have been saying this guy, he fought a kick. We would have probably been on Usyk harder.
Yeah. Yeah, no. You gotta there are a lot of sides to this equation. And something that I didn't know, they mentioned under broadcast, I don't know if you heard it. He has sparred in training camps with Tyson Fury for years. And so he's worked on boxing along with his kickboxing career. So boxing is a part of his training. And so he has experience sparring top fighters in the heavyweight division. We'll see if that experience is going to be put to the test in other fights. Also, Mark, on the undercard, we had Sheeraz versus Beggett. Beggett was fighting out of Germany, relatively unknown super middleweight, but he had earned his way. This turned out to be the mismatch we all suspected it to be. Beggett earned his spot in the rankings, but he was clearly overmatched. Mark, Sheeraz ended things with a clean left hook to the body, I believe it was. It was a body shot. Not much to see here, Mark. It was an impressive stoppage, but we didn't learn much from this fight. We just kind of got what we got. And Sheeraz is now the WBO super middleweight title holder. And with Bud Crawford's retirement, the division is in need of a new king. Everybody knows, though, the real prize is a fight with the current face of boxing. I said it. The current face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, who will face Christian and Billy this September. Mark, I really hope Sheeraz does not simply wait for his chance in line to fight Canelo Alvarez. I think he should seek unifications with the WBA belt holder, which is Jaime Munguia, whether Munguia goes back down to middleweight or not. I think he should try to seek to get either that belt or fight Iglesias, who is the IBF champion. Unifying belts is a great way to get Canelo's attention if he beats him, Billy. And if Canelo doesn't, it's a great way to get boxing fans' attention Your thoughts on Sheeraz and what you'd like to see from him going forward?
Well, I feel like they just rushed Shiraz and put him up against really a nobody for the title. They could have made it something more competitive because now Shiraz beats a Beggett and it didn't do anything for Shiraz. Shiraz didn't learn anything. He didn't get pushed to his limits at all. We didn't learn anything about Shiraz, you're right, way. He just went in there and kicked this guy's ass, man. I don't like the opponent that they put with him. I feel like they just Chingao, they rushed him to be a WBO champion. Maybe they rushed him so they can get bigger fights, and also because he's Turkey's boy. That's why they rushed him. Let's put it out there. But
I was going to say, you just answered your own question.
But Shiraz still shows us that he's good. He picked up a belt, but it's going to put him in contention, like with Canelo's or the winner of Canelo and Billy. He's going to have big fights coming up. They could have even put him up against a Pacheco who hasn't fought in a while, David. I mean, I don't like who he won the belt with. We don't learn anything about Shiraz, but he's a champion.
The upset of the night. Frankie Sanchez KOs Ricardo Kiki Torrez in the second round. Sanchez ended affairs with a right hand to the side of the head as Torrez was leaning to his left. Torrez tried to get up, Mark, but he just could not continue. This is the third time Torrez has been stopped, including the amateurs, but it's his first loss in the pros. Mark, Torrez was an entertaining guy to watch. I just never had a high ceiling for him. He doesn't have the X factor that makes him stand out in the division. We've talked about this before in previous videos. He's undersized. He has solid power, not fight-changing power. His feet are quick, but they're very sloppy. And it looks like he was going to be able to outwork the bigger guys, but even his engine isn't that great. We've seen him tired at the end of fights or in the later rounds. He recently switched trainers to Bomac. I think it might have been a mistake jumping into an important fight like this after working with Bomac so soon. It usually takes 2 or 3 camps for things to start to click between a fighter and their new trainer. I just don't know where Torrez goes from here, but this has to be a wake-up call for him. He's got some flaws he needs to work on. He's not simply going to bull his way through the top heavyweights, not with the chin that he has. Mark, where do you think Torrez goes from here? Does he try to go down to cruiserweight? I mean, he fought at 230 pounds. Can he move down to cruiserweight where I think the size may be different for him? Or does he simply just need to go to the drawing board and change his style?
David Chingao, man, you hit it on the nail. I would love to see him move down, maybe to cruiserweight, like you said, and he'd have a better chance, David. This guy won and had a lot of success in the Olympic level, but Olympic heavyweights, it's not the same as professional heavyweights. This guy is a normal man amongst giants. He didn't fight one of the giants. But I've always been concerned about that. Frank Sanchez is a big guy, and he didn't even land that really, really hard. He knocked him out. So I'm with you, Wayne. I think he should move down, but I don't know if that's his goal. He may want to be a heavyweight champion of the world. So I wish he would do that, like you said, man. I don't think he's washed up. I agree with you, también, Wayne. He barely got with Bomac. They need some time to work it out. Bomac will work with him. And he's a great mind in boxing. If he wants to stay at heavyweight, he'll fix that problem. And Frank Sanchez just lined it up well, David. He studied it. He studied him, and he caught him with it right down the line well and knocked him out. But he's not done. He's still going to be there. He's got a great trainer who'll keep him in the mix. I don't know if he's going to be a heavyweight champion, but Bomac will keep him in the mix, David.
Bomac himself, a former heavyweight fighter in his career. On to the final fight we're going to talk about. UK welterweight Jack Catterall picks apart Shakram Giyasov by unanimous decision. I was very disappointed with Giyasov's performance, Mark. We were texting during the fight. I just thought he did not do enough to try to win that fight. But you have to give credit to Catterall. He's very good at making his opponents fight at his pace. He does it every time. He makes guys fight at his pace. And he's a crafty guy, knows how to pick his shots. And you know what I think helps Catterall with making these dudes hesitate to throw punches is that he has very little leakage. If you look at his hands, the way he positions them, Catterall has his hands in a way that you can't tell what or when he's going to throw a punch. So that a lot of times that freezes guys because you see him and you don't know if he's going to throw a shot or not, and you're kind of waiting on it, and then before you know it, bam, he hits you with something. And there's nothing more frustrating in boxing than not seeing punches coming at you, man. But having Catterall at 147 shakes things up a bit, I think. If it's not Rolly, then you've got Haney or a big UK fight with Lewis Crocker. What do you think about Jack Catterall being at 147? And did you like what you saw from him versus Giza?
David, yesterday, Jack Catterall became my favorite Euro of all time. I really like that guy, man. I'm telling you, man, I've liked him ever since he fought Josh Taylor. I thought he won that fight. He lost. And then he beat Jorge Linares. That was pretty cool. I've been following him for a long time. Josh Taylor, he beat him in the rematch, and then he beat Regis, got a freaking title. Immediately
good fight with Barbosa.
Immediately lost, but then he wins another title here, David. He wins another title. He's a two-time champion. I'm a big Jack Catterall fan. He picked this guy apart, like you said. He had an awesome performance, man. Almost a shutout. He almost pitched a shutout. I really am impressed with this guy. I don't like Euros at all, but this guy right here is quickly becoming one of my favorites, man. He's always in an interesting fight. Yesterday wasn't really, it was easy for him, but it wasn't easy for him to execute his plan. And he executed it well. I'm really happy for him, man. Congratulations to Catterall. Really like him. He has become, David, my favorite Euro of all time, dude.
Mark, before we end this video, I got one question for you regarding that. True or not true? Is Jack Catterall your favorite UK fighter because his nickname is El Gato?
That is 100% true, man. He's El Gato.
I knew it. I knew it.
El Gato Catterall, man. I've always liked that name since I saw him fight Josh Taylor. I think that was the first time and it interested me, man. El Gato. And, he's scrappy. He fights. I think he should have won that one. It would have, maybe made him a lot better. But
Mark, it would have made him the lineal 140-pound champion and Ring Magazine belt holder and undisputed at the time, I believe, as well. So
I like him, man. I like him at that division, and I think he compete with anybody in that division and make it an interesting fight, possibly beat everybody too.
He definitely looked good at welterweight. I think the move up in weight was good for him. We'll see what happens. Well, that'll do it for this video. Everybody, please let us know what you thought about the fights on Saturday. Don't forget to hit that like button. We'll see you guys next time. This is PYP Boxing. We are out.